Do you ever feel like you're struggling to get shit done on a daily basis and you're just not able to finish things that you start? Well, chances are it's probably a morning routine, bro.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Dhruv Rao and today we're going to be talking about the importance of getting your morning routine right. Now, I was just watching some videos and researching before I started making this video, and what a lot of people are suggesting, I don't want to come off too harsh, but it's absolute shit. Like getting up at 4 o'clock and reading, meditating, going to the gym, eating something, all of that. It's too much. They have overcomplicated it. And what they've done through that is they have lost the essence, the purpose that a morning routine serves. What I do and what works for me is simple and it serves the purpose. It gets the job done. That's the requirement of a morning routine. Not for you to feel like some enlightened soul and feel like you're some god of some sort, which to be honest you can feel with my routine too. So you choose what works for you, but let's dive right into it. Also guys, this video is part of a series called Consistency and the Importance of It. If you haven't watched my previous video, then do go and check it out. I'll have it linked down in the description and show up at the end of the video. This is basically a series of how consistency can change all of our lives and why it's such a crucial thing that not a lot of people speak about in detail. Okay, so before we get into things, I just want to make one thing clear. It does not matter when you wake up. Some people are night owls, so some people they like to get up in the morning. It does not matter when you get up. What matters is how you get up and what you do after you get up. So I personally get up early in the morning, but I am an early bird. I know people that are night owls that could function really well throughout the day without having to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning or anything of that sort. That being said, the first thing that we're going to be talking about is the importance and why you need to get your morning routine right. When you do your morning routine right, there's some sort of progress that I involve in it. And in this progress, right, it's like a task. And once you keep making improvements on that task, you realize that at the end of the day, it's really just you versus you. And a lot of times when we're trying to do things in life, when we're just generally existing, we compare ourselves to others. So while you do this morning routine that I'm going to suggest to you, you realize that it's not you versus everybody around you, but it's just you versus you. Second thing is, it sets the pace right for the rest of the day. When I get my morning routine right, I feel invincible. There is this sort of power, this sort of momentum that really propels me to get my entire day right. And again, like I said, there's a feeling of progress. Now, the other day I was watching this reel which basically said that when humans feel like they're making progress and when they're improving things step by step, they are much more likely to feel better about themselves than just existing or just going through the motions. So yeah, feeling progress with your morning routine. And another thing is you're winning the first thing in the morning. Who doesn't like to win? And if you can win the first thing when you get up, you can imagine how it's going to set the pace for the rest of the day. If you're not winning in life, winning your morning will make you feel like a winner. I can speak from personal experience. Okay, enough about how your morning routine can help. Let's talk about what I do in my morning routine. It's very plain and very simple. So I get up at 4:30. Again, I'm going to mention it. It doesn't matter when you get up. You could get up at 9 o'clock and do the same thing. You can get up at 2 o'clock and do the same thing. It's up to you. What works for you doesn't work for everybody. So I get up at 4:30 in the morning, and the first thing that I do is a 5-minute plank. As soon as I get up, I grab a sip of water and I probably pee or something like that, and I just go straight into a 5-minute plank. Now, there are things like the ice plunge that really challenge you mentally and push you to your limits and all of that stuff, but I cannot afford an ice plunge right now, nor can I afford a cold shower first thing in the morning, because after the 5-minute plank I get some work done and then I go to the gym. It does not make any sense for me to take a shower before I go to the gym. Again, it comes back to what works for some people might not necessarily work for everybody. Sahil Bloom, for example, if you guys know of him, he does a lot of the ice plunges in the morning, and that's something that he can afford to do, but it's not something that everybody can. So a 5-minute plank for me really works. Now let's talk about the framework of how you want to set your morning routine. The number one thing that you need with your morning routine is discomfort. It doesn't have to be something so extreme that is completely out of what you would normally do. Fitness for me is very important. So a 5-minute plank for me makes total sense, but at the same time, I hate doing abs. A 5-minute plank is a lot and it makes me feel very uncomfortable and I really have to push myself to get myself to do it. That being said, you do not have to be able to finish your morning routine all in one go when you start off. I am still not anywhere close to finishing a 5-minute plank. The best I've got so far is 4 minutes and then I usually take a break and finish the rest of the 1 minute. So make sure it's something that you haven't already mastered. You can be really slow into it. Like when I started, I think I was clocking in about 2 minutes to 30 and I would take a break and then I would do the rest of the time. So choose something that makes you make progress, measurable progress. Another thing that I like to do, this is again personal, you could try it. I set my timer aside and I keep it away. It's sort of so that I don't keep looking at my time, because I've noticed when I keep my phone next to me and turn the timer on, I keep constantly glancing over and looking whether it's close to 5 minutes or have I finished 2.5 or have I finished 4 minutes, am I reaching there? And that's really frustrating. And also if you think about it from a long-term perspective, if you're really trying to change or do something with your life, you can't see the results. You're just aimlessly going. Sort of like this video I was watching from Alex Hormozi today, in which he says that when you're trying to become rich or when you're trying to be an entrepreneur or anything of that sort, you're just giving constantly, whether any of this will actually give you results. So just like that, I keep my timer away and I don't know whether I've reached 5 minutes. I don't know whether I've reached 2 minutes, but it's sort of just like mentally programming myself to be able to sustain and last longer in the game. Now, once you have this framework set of a morning routine that makes you uncomfortable, that challenges you, that has measurable progress, something that pushes you out of your comfort zone, you will notice if you do it repeatedly for a period of time, you might not need the routine. So a lot of times when we get out of bed, we have this problem of using our phone or just like relaxing or like, really sluggish and just getting out of bed. But if you have this routine where you push yourself, get yourself uncomfortable, what will start happening over time is you will become comfortable with being uncomfortable. And eventually, as soon as you get up, you start your day and you get right into it. A lot of influencers talk about getting meditation, they talk about eating something healthy, working out. Sure, you could do all of those things, but for me, that doesn't work, because the way I see it, meditation, yes, is something that I believe in, but there are other ways to do it. I do mindful eating, which is where you're basically aware of what you're eating, not using your phone, no TV, no distractions. You're chewing every bite that you put into your mouth, you're slowly enjoying the food and you're tasting it, and that's really a form of meditation too, because meditation is just being aware of your senses in the moment. So, and when it comes to all of the working out and stuff, I do that, but except I just get some work done before I get to working out. Sure, you could go through the whole long meditation, getting up, reading. I do read, but I don't read in the morning first thing, because I feel really slow and I feel lethargic and nothing's going to go into my head if I read first thing in the morning. So I'd rather not read first thing in the morning. Okay, now let's talk about the elephant in the room. What do you do on the days you don't feel like it? These days are going to come. They have come for me, and they will, unless you're some sort of machine, probably come for you too. When they do come, it's very important for you to, one, step out of the situation. If you're somebody that functions on how you feel, it's going to be difficult for you, because there are going to be a lot of times when you don't feel like it. Start building the habit of functioning on actions and not mood. Your mood cannot be the basis for you to do whatever you want to do. If you want to be anything in life, even if you just want to have a decent life, a good life, a happy life, there are going to be times where you're going to be feeling sad, but you're going to have to pull through and put on your best behavior. So if you're functioning on mood, realize that it's the action that matters and not the mood. Your actions can be measured, your mood cannot. You cannot feel good for 60 days and then suddenly get 6 packs. What you can do is work on your core every day for 60 days and then you might just have 6 packs. So it's your actions that matter. But that being said, when there are days that you don't feel like showing up or you don't feel like getting the work done, then just show up. It is so important. There are so many days. In fact, just today morning, I was struggling. Like I think I clocked in like 2 minutes, 30 seconds or something like that in a plank. Because there are going to be those days. There are going to be days where we just are not able to push through. But it's very crucial to show up on those days, because like I said, action is what matters. I showed up, and I know I'm confident in myself that tomorrow if something goes wrong, I will show up. Now, one thought that I would like to leave you guys with before we end this video is that putting ourselves in uncomfortable situations like this and getting our morning routine right can help us so much with being consistent and sticking to our goals and whatever it is. Getting the morning routine, I would say, is one of the most crucial things when it comes to consistency. For me at least. And again, it's simple. There's no overcomplicated shit in it. You can imply it in your life. You can ask your friends to imply it in their life. It's just straightforward, simple. Just make yourself uncomfortable. I do it for 5 minutes. You can do it for 10 minutes. You can do it for 2 minutes. Whatever makes you uncomfortable for that period of time. Keep in mind that doing the task does get easier. Like doing a 5-minute plank will eventually become easy for me. But the mental process that it takes, or the mental load that it takes on myself to actually get myself to do it, is what is building the momentum with consistency. That's it for this video, guys. If you haven't subscribed to my newsletter already, do go and subscribe. I just published my first newsletter last week. It's basically about learning and different ways of learning and how we can grow and become better people. I'm trying to form a community of high achievers and people that push past their comfort zone. So if those words resonate with you, then go ahead and subscribe to the newsletter. I'll have it linked down in the description below. That's it for this video, guys. In the next video, I'm going to be talking about how to develop the habit and stay consistent with reading. This is something that I've recently acquired, a skill that I've recently acquired. So I can speak from personal experience how to make it a habit. And this is coming from somebody that hated to read, that's been playing sports for most of their life, that couldn't read till 5th grade even, in fact. So I can tell you that I know how to develop the habit of staying consistent with reading. Thank you guys for making it this far into the video. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.